go over to Sarah in Pennsylvania, who is on the phone. Sarah, what's happening?
Hi, morning, studio.
Morning.
So, reading a lot about Morgan Wallen lately and was just kind of curious on what your insight was, and knowing that a few radio stations have already removed his music, if you guys had any interest or had to do that.
Did you see the Morgan Wallen stuff?
No.
Okay. Amy doesn't catch much news nowadays.
Kids.
So maybe the night before last is where the video's from, maybe this weekend. He was outside drunk, and he said the N-word.
Okay.
So
I did not know that.
you can watch it. So I'm not a big virtue signaler, and I'm not going to come out and go, you know what? Off goes his music. We have not played his music this morning. Right, guys? Right? And I said that, too. I sent Scuba an email and was like, hey, let's not play anything Morgan. Let me kind of collect my thoughts. And my thoughts are this. I was watching it, and I go, I don't even think this word. Like, this word doesn't even come into my head. And when someone uses it, it is so just disgusting to my insides that I don't quite understand. And so I thought, why is he even using that word? That's also just not a word that comes out and you just say for the first time ever in a situation like that. It isn't. And some people were going, well, he was drunk. Okay. But when you're drunk, doesn't that, I've never been drunk, so I'm going to ask you guys, doesn't it pretty much just open you up to what you kind of normally do anyway?
Yeah.
You know, again, asking. Yes?
Yeah. It's not something that you just kind of comes out of nowhere because alcohol creates that. It's in you already, and then it kind of just takes those filters out of you, so it just comes out.
Yeah, there's less control.
Correct.
I hate it. There is no room for that word. There is no room for a limited view on any race or sex, or so much so that it just makes me feel like that. Listen, I like Morgan Wallen as a person. This I don't like one bit. I'm also not a big cancel culture guy, but I do think I'm a go away for a while guy.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think if you're going to not allow someone to take some time away and learn, I think you probably have some self-evaluation. He's got a lot of self-evaluation to do, friends. A lot. I think he knows that. And then people will go, well, he wouldn't feel this way if he didn't get in trouble. Well, thank God he got in trouble so he can now feel a different way. So, yeah, I'm not an advocate of playing Morgan's music for now. I am an advocate of Morgan going away for a while. But I'm also an advocate of him learning and coming back and being able to help others. The only way you become not an idiot is by learning why you were an idiot. That's it. So, and you know, when I woke up this morning, I saw a bunch of texts from corporate people going, what do you want to do? Do you want to make a statement? I was like, I don't want to make a statement because all I read on Twitter are people, again, virtue signaling, saying really generic, bland things like, you know, we got to do better, fam. Okay. Well, let's say exactly what we got to do better. And the hardest part about all this is I like Morgan. I would talk to him right now and say, hey, what a dumb thing to do. You make country music look bad. You make me look bad. But mostly you make yourself look bad. And I don't like that for you, man. So that's how I feel about it. It was just, I'm not going to say unfortunate. It was stupid. So my takeaway is he should go away for a while. That's it. I just don't have any space in my heart, any space in any capacity of my life of any racism at all. And that word to me screams that, even if you say he didn't mean that in that situation. That word to me is, I grew up in a town that was separated by railroad tracks. Still is, as a matter of fact. White quarters and black quarters. I saw it firsthand. We would play football, and on our high school football team, every single place we went, if you don't think the N-word was dropped 10,000 times at us on the field against my friends, I didn't have to experience it, but I was as close to it as you could be to go, God dang, man, This is every day for them. So I may be a little more sensitive than the average person about it, but I'm still not sensitive enough. So those are my feelings. We all have the responsibility when we aren't right to go and get right. That takes time, that takes effort. I have had things in my life where I've had to go get right. There are probably things in my life now that aren't as right as they should be. But this is a big one. And I'm hoping that Morgan takes care of it, learns, teaches others, and that isn't something that's going to happen tomorrow. So there's your answer. Heck, Amy has 2 black children. You know? Yeah. I didn't even think about that while I'm telling the story. And all of that to said, I am pissed, but it's a weird feeling. It's a dichotomy of I got 2 sides of me here. I'm completely pissed and disgusted, but also know that I like Morgan. I just can't like him for this. I just can't like him. So I'll probably get beat up a little bit for having this talk on the air.
Why? I
don't know. People beat me up for everything. Heavy is the crown, the head weighs.
Something like that.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Listen, I'm the guy. I get it. Right now, in this brief period of time, I am the guy in country music. That's it. It's not something that I set out to do or be as far as being the guy. But when something has to be said, comfortable or not, it's me. I have to say it. For now, until you guys remove my anointment, I have the biggest voice. I am the guy in country radio. I'm the guy in country music. I talk to 9 million people a week. And if I can't come out and say directly how I feel about something as sensitive and as wrong as this, then why the heck would you listen to me at all? Okay. Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Is that
so close?
Yeah.
That I will go on for. Amy, go ahead, because I'm starting to get texts now from people.
Oh, that already?
Okay.
But it's that quick.
Oh,
and that's okay. There are certain hills that I will happily die on. And this is one of them. Mm-hmm. By the way, not going to stop loving you, Morgan. I'd hug your neck right now, but then I would go, hey, it's time for you to go away for a bit.
Okay, yes. Unless for some weird reason, and I'm not saying this is the case, but I think you're also thinking that he's going to take the time to reflect and come back better. Now, if someone for some odd reason...
I trust that he will.
You trust that he will.
do.
But anybody in this position, you do have to trust that. If for some reason, the story may change. If he's like, no, I don't really see that there's...
Well, then we got a whole different conversation to have.
Right, but I do believe, too, that I don't want to be cancel culture. That is so hard for... Like, it's just a dangerous thing to do, and we all do it so quickly, especially with all the different ways, like Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. Like, it's so quickly for stuff to spread, and we cancel them. But I do support, not playing his music right now.
It's not a permanent ban. I think he would probably go, I get it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's how I feel. You know what? I'm glad you called, because I was sitting here going, when do we feel like the most listeners will be on and I can actually just say how I feel? And that's it. And I think this is a good time for it. So
I had when she first said that, I was like, oh no.
Well, we realize now you don't watch the news anymore. Yeah. No,
we get it.
Yeah,
it's
we
okay.
get it. And I now don't go, hey, Amy, just that story. I'm like, hey, let me tell you the story.
Okay.
So there was an election. It's all those stories.
Oh, that was funny. Whenever I did have a lot going on those few days where we didn't know what was going to happen. And literally, I was like, I think I maybe was one of the last people to know who our president was. Because I just was like not dialed in at all with that.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and just keep punching, but that's how I feel. And I think that's it. You can go back and play this back on a podcast for any TMZ or Country Now or blogs are going to beat me up over it, but that is how I feel. I'm okay with that. I'll say it again. Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Got it.
I had to look down at the sheet to see what the saying was. I just want to get it right.
It's a Bobby Bones show.